Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to apply fake eyelashes. Okay, so I already have my mascara on, but the first thing that you're going to want to do is put on a coat of mascara. Now, some people choose to put their fake eyelashes on first and then apply mascara. The reason that I don't suggest doing that is just because if you get mascara on those false eyelashes, it's going to make them, not ruin them, but it's gonna make them not last as long. So what I typically do is put that just one coat of mascara on my lashes, and then I will put on my falsies. So just some basics real quick. What you're gonna need is some lashes, obviously. My favorite drugstore brand is Ardell, and this actual lash is the number 120 Demi. So the reason why I like the Demi lashes is because they're not a full strip. They start on the outside edge and they go almost all the way to the inner corner, but not all the way in, which I really like because I don't like the feeling of the lash band in my inner corner of my eye. So that's why I like these Demis, and these are really nice and fluffy and fluttery, and they just look really, really natural. They're not too long, so that's why I like these. There's tons of lash brands out there. A really good higher end lash brand is Velour Lashes. I have not myself tried them, but I've heard so many good things about it. So if you want a really good pair of lashes that's going to last, up to 30 times, you can definitely get something like that. These cheaper ones though, I use these, I would say like 5 or 6 times. So you get a pretty good use out of them. As long as you just clean that glue off of them after every use and keep them nice and clean and don't put mascara on them, they're gonna last you quite a while. So yes, the other thing you're gonna need is some tweezers. I have these little mini ones right here, and then you're also gonna need some lash glue. And my favorite lash glue is the Duo glue, and this is the dark tone Duo glue. And the reason why I like the Duo is it's such a rubbery glue. You can just peel it right off the lash band. It just works really well. I've used a couple of other ones that are not, like, honestly, they're kind of like real glue. So even when they're dry, I don't feel like it works as well. And when I peel them off, it hurts. And this one, since it's so rubbery, it just peels right off. You can just pull that lash right off, and it doesn't pull at your skin or lashes or anything. And then I use the dark tone because obviously, I have dark lashes and I wear eyeliner pretty much every day. So it just helps that blend right in. You don't have to really bother with going over it with an eyeliner or anything like that. They do make it in the clear if that's what you prefer. But yeah, and I just have this little one, which I've had forever, and it's nowhere close to even being gone. So lash glue lasts you quite a while because you don't need very much. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is, of course, open up our container here with our lashes. And I also really like these Ardells because they're a reclosable container, so you can just pretty much keep them in here to keep them from getting lost or gross or something. So it's going to look like this when you open up the package. The lashes are stuck on there to the plastic. So what I typically do is I just take my tweezers and I grab the end and I gently pull them off. Sorry, my hand slipped. I'm just going to yank them off just like that. But you want to do it gently. You want to make sure you have a nice grip on the lashes. You don't want to tear out any of the hairs or anything like that, because with these cheaper lashes, that can tend to happen. So when you get it out, it's just going to look like this. Don't know if you can see that. Okay, so the other reason I like these types of lashes is it has a clear band. It doesn't have a really thick black one, so it's a lot more bendable. They're like super bendy. So it's not really hard to get it to form to the shape of your eye, if that makes any sense at all. Alright, so first things first, what I typically do is I will, since my tweezers are angled, I just grab the lashes right at the base of the lash, kind of in the middle. Just like that. So then when I take my glue, And people do this all different ways. Some people will just put a tiny little bit of glue on their hand. I like to just squeeze it out just a little bit. And let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. I know it's blurry. And what I'm going to do, I just have a little tiny drop of glue on the end there, and I'm just going to run it along the band. You do not need a whole lot of glue on here. Okay, so let me make it so you can see that. The glue is gray, so you can see that I have very, very little glue on there. It's just a very thin strip of glue. Okay, and the next trick, which a lot of people don't know, and I didn't know this either at first when I first started wearing falsies, you want to let this glue dry almost all the way. You do not want to put that glue on and then try to stick this on your eye, because it will not work. It's going to be sliding around all over the place, and you're going to get pissed off, and you're not going to want to ever try it again. So when you put that glue on, what I usually do is I'll just kind of wave it around. You want to let it dry for at least 30 seconds. You can definitely do, I think that I typically do about 45 seconds to a minute, just to be safe, but it's up to you. 30 seconds usually works just fine. So we're going to just let this dry, and then I can show you the rest. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the end of the lashes, and you want to make sure when you're looking at these lashes, the end that is really, really nice and long, that's going to be the end that goes on the outside. The end that is a little bit shorter, like so, that is going to be what goes on the inner corner. And that might sound like duh, but some people don't know, so I'm just letting you know. Okay, so I'm going to grab the outside of that lash, just like this. And it works best if you're kind of like looking down into a mirror. If you're looking up like this, it's not as easy because you're just kind of like right in line with it. It's a lot easier if you're looking down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on plopping that on in the middle first, in the middle of my eyelash. Now with the Demi lashes, you want to make sure that you are getting the end of it to the end of your eye because it's not a full band. So, some hair in my face. So I'm just going to focus on putting that right in the middle. And I don't have to make sure it's in the like all the way on. I'm just trying to get it on my eye, just like that. So it's kind of hanging off. And I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to make sure that that inner corner gets stuck on. And I'm just going to press it on like that. Then I'm going to move out to my outer corner and do the same. Just like so. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take my tweezers and I'm just going to gently go through and I'm going to just clasp it down so I can make sure that it is as close as it can possibly get to my natural lashes. And you don't want to pinch yourself, so be really careful. But we're just making sure that it's as close as you can get because you do not want to have like your lash and then a space and then your real lashes. That would just look silly. So, feels like everything is good. You can just kind of fluff them out. And then you are done. So when you let it dry for a minute like that, like you can literally just put them on and it's done. I mean, when it's nice and tacky like that, you don't have to wait for it to dry or anything. I mean, it's ready to go now. The glue is dry, you can even see it. It's great. So you just want to make sure like none of your lashes are stuck together or anything on there. Just want to kind of fluff it out. If you need to separate anything, make it look nice and natural. And let me see if I can zoom you in there. So you can see that there's no space in between. It's really nice and close to my real lashes. And if you need to, it just depends on, whoa, sorry. you don't want to see me that close. It just depends on what kind of lashes you have. My lashes, when I have mascara on, they curl pretty much, you know, on their own with the mascara doing the job. If you have really straight lashes, you'll probably want to curl them first, put on your mascara, and then put your lashes on. Some people need to, you know, once you put on those lashes, they still need to go over with another coat of mascara, and that's completely fine. You know, it's not going to ruin the lashes. It's fine. It's just going to make it to where you can't use them as many times. So it's not a big deal. But if you can see where your lashes are, which you can't see what I'm looking at, sorry. If you can see where your lashes are and they're not quite as curled, then definitely go over that with another coat of mascara. I wouldn't really suggest, I mean, using an eyelash curler on top of mascara in the first place is a huge no-no. So I wouldn't suggest using an eyelash curler on top of your lashes and fake eyelashes with mascara on. I think that's probably not a good idea. So don't do that. Just make sure before you put those lashes on that they are nice and curled. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the other one on. But you can see how a huge difference, I mean, and I have pretty long lashes, but I mean, just the thickness alone, I mean, it makes my eyes stand out so much more when I have lashes on, and so that's why I really love to do it, you know, for special events and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go through this again, just to make sure we've got it. Got my other lash in here, and I'm just going to grab the end of that gently. And I'm just going to pull it off very gently. It's got a little strip of adhesive on there already, which is fine. That just helps it, you know, stick to the plastic. I'm going to grip my lashes with my tweezers, just like so. I'm going to get a little bit of glue out of my bottle here. And coat the lashes with a very thin layer of glue. And then we're going to let this dry for at least 30 seconds. I would suggest 45 seconds to a minute. Oh, this is kind of boring, but it's okay. It's worth it. You don't really have to wave it around like this, but I don't know. I feel like it makes it go faster. I'm really sorry. I'm really mad right now because my camera just decided to turn off before I put that lash on. So, you saw me drying it, and then I just put it on the same way. I plopped it on the middle part, and then I made sure the inner part got on there nice and good, and then the outer part, and then I went through and I pressed it together, which you can do like this with your finger, or you can just do it with the tweezers like I did the first time. Either way will work just fine. So you can tell, I mean, these lashes, like I said before, it makes a huge difference in your look. And I am a huge believer in falsies. I think they're a wonderful, wonderful invention. So they make any look just go from pretty to beautiful, in my opinion. Brides, I definitely always suggest putting them on brides. I mean, because in pictures and stuff, it just makes your lashes stand out so much more. It makes your eyes stand out so much more, and it draws that attention straight to your eyes, which is really, really nice in pictures. Okay, so I think that's everything. I hope. I'm sorry that I missed that last part of putting the other lash on, but it happens. Technology is not my friend sometimes. So I hope you guys learned something from this. If you have any additional questions on this, just please leave it in the comments below, and I will definitely make sure I answer that for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!